Hey everybody, it's Dave. How y'all doing? It's been a while since I've done a video, so I figured, today might be the day. It's kind of cloudy out, cool, got nowhere to go. So, if you've noticed over the last couple of days, you've seen me post stuff in the group that has to do with people trying to fix us. And it's kind of a two-way thing. Now, a lot of people will, you tell them you have vertigo, or you tell them, because they don't understand what Meniere's disease is. So, of course, you always include vertigo or tinnitus. And, of course, in this day and age with the internet and things like that, everybody's an expert at everything. You name it, they're an expert. They don't have a medical degree, but for some reason, they know everything. Oh, a pill will take care of that. Or I saw this thing on YouTube where the girl was twisting her head and doing all these things. And sometimes that stuff works. If you've got BPPV, don't know what the words mean, except the last one's vertigo and the first one's benign. If you have that type of vertigo, then yeah, the crystals in your head will work, but they don't understand that that's not Meniere's disease. So then they'll say, oh, well, isn't there a pill? No, there's no cure. But they'll sit there and they'll throw things at you because they're trying to fix you. And it's because they don't understand. It's not that they don't care. It's actually they do care. But they're trying to fix you. And the thing I always tell people is, you know what? Don't try to fix me. This is the way I am. This is the way I'm going to be. And I can't change it. Okay? I can't. There are ways of helping with symptoms, but there's no cure for this disease. I mean, let's face it. I had a labyrintectomy done in 2018 on my left ear. I had 11 months, no vertigo, no nothing. And then all of a sudden the right ear started going. So, now the last couple of weeks at least, I've had probably about 4 or 5 vertigo attacks. And yesterday I had another one. And it's from the right ear. There's nothing I can do. I mean, at this point, I'm not going to have a surgery done here. They're not going to do gentamicin in this ear. Because they can't, then I'll be totally deaf. Not going to another labyrintectomy because then I'll be totally deaf and have absolutely zero balance. Maybe steroids or steroid shots, maybe. I've got a tube in there right now that it does help with the fluid buildup. I will say that. The grommet that I have in there does help with the fluid buildup. So it's draining easier. It's not, how the cochlea will rupture and then, the fluid's just it's healing back up and everything. Now that excess fluid will drain and I can feel it drain. So, I mean, there are things that will help us. But for the most part, these people aren't being rude. They're really trying, they care about you and they're trying to fix it. And you know what? There probably are some people that are being rude, especially if you work. They don't understand how debilitating this can be, and I went through it 3 years ago. It's almost 3 years now that I have been out of work. So yeah, it'll be 3 years next month that I haven't worked. I've been on disability, and yeah, I used to get some of that, and actually I was a copier tech at a hospital. So I would have people there that would try to help me, and they weren't ear, nose, and throat people. And when I went to the ear, nose, and throat people, told them I had Meniere's disease, and they just threw their hands up in the air because it was not something that they worked on. They really didn't know much about it. And it was understandable. I wasn't upset. They were good people. I mean, they gave me a little checkup for free while I was in there fixing the machine, but Meniere's wasn't their thing. I was already seeing some guy who's a specialist anyways, who I still see now, and I was just kind of double checking my bases one day. I went in there to fix the copier, and they noticed I was kind of dizzy, so they asked me what was up. I told them I had Meniere's disease. You know, I flashed my little thing here that I usually have on my neck, but I don't today. My what did medical my medical dog tag. But the ear, nose, and throat guy that I was talking to, that looked at me real quick, he even said it. He goes, I don't know anything about Meniere's disease. Who are you seeing? And I told him, and he's like, yeah, he's a good guy. I've heard of him. He handles a lot of rare inner ear disorders. So yeah, you're in good hands. And but even them, they were trying to help me, and I don't blame them. I wasn't mad. But the thing is that people are always going to try to help you. They're always going to try to fix you. And the thing is, you got to tell them, listen, you can't fix me. Nothing you can do right now can fix me. This is my life, and this is the way it is, and I have to deal with it. Sure, I need to find ways of healing myself and fixing myself, and that's what we should all strive to do. Find a better way of living. Find a better way to not have the attacks, or to find a way to search for that doctor who has maybe a cure. Someday there will be a cure. But you got to get this through to people that it is an incurable disease. It can be treated, and no, you can't fix me. It's up to me to fix me, not up to you. So I mean, I'm kind of lucky too, where most of my family really understands, and they're really good about it, and they're really nice about. I mean, they're just really nice about it. They understand that I have bad days, and that this is what I got to live with. I'm one of those really lucky people, because I know family does not always understand. And I know some of you have family and partners and spouses who don't understand, and they're frustrated because they can't fix you. They can't help you in the way they want to help you. Is more like the way they're frustrated. It's not like they hate you, or they don't love you anymore. It's they don't know how to deal with it. And you know what? It's my wife went through it too. She didn't know how to deal with it. And some days she still has her moments, which is fine, and it's normal, because it's like we were talking the other day when we went to Walmart. I was feeling good Sunday, so we took a ride to Walmart, which was a mistake when we got home. Just because when I go shopping, I'm in, I'm out, done. When I go shopping with my wife, it's, oh, look at this, and oh, look at that, and we're in here for hours, so there's so much sensory perception with the lights, and I should have worn my sunglasses, and I didn't, so it's partly my fault. But we were talking, and she said, because now, it's going on my right ear, and she said, you're funny. Sometimes you talk so softly, and then there's other times you're, like, louder than the television. Louder than, radio, louder than everybody in the room. And I'm like, well, there's a reason for that, because now my hearing in my right ear is fluctuating. Some days I hear myself, some days I don't. The days I hear myself, I think I'm talking super loud. So I quiet talk down like this. And then there are days where I can't hear myself, so I think I'm talking too low, and I'm talking like this. So this is, she's like, see, I didn't know that. Now I know. And I can't believe all the variance in this and all the things that you have to deal with, and I'm like, well, it is what it is. I got to deal with it. You can't fix me. You can help me, and help is great. I know when I go out with my friends, they're all very helpful. Even one of the bands we go and see, my friend's husband's band, he'll actually, if he sees me there, he'll come up to me during a break in the set, and he'll say, Dave, is everything all right? Is it too loud? And I'll be like, the only thing that's loud is bass. And he'd be like, what do you mean? I said, well, if I can feel the vibration of the bass, it's too loud. Got to turn it down. So he turns it down, and everything's fine. But he comes up to me and asks me. He knows he can't fix me, but he knows there's a way that he can help me, and that's one of the ways. If my wife's not there, I have plenty of friends that will help me. If I have to, get up and go to the bathroom, they'll make sure I walk there okay. Use the railing walking up the stairs, because one time they didn't. I was out with them. My wife wasn't there, and nobody watched me until I was on the ground because I fell walking up the stairs, or as me and a couple of my friends call, pull a Joe Biden. Not that I'm making fun of Joe Biden. Anybody can do that. I understand completely falling upstairs. I will not knock a guy for that. But the thing is that, out there they saw me fall on the floor. They're like, oh crap, and they got me up. And, so ever since then, there's always been somebody who's made sure I got to up the stairs okay, got down the stairs okay. The music wasn't loud, this wasn't loud. So that's my friends, they're very good about that. Because they want me to be there, they want me to enjoy, they want me to go out more times. And that's, more times with them. And that's great. I'm not going to cancel out because, the music's too loud. I'll put my, I'll bring, my earbuds with me and set it on noise cancellation, and, or set it for, whatever volume I want, and I'll enjoy myself. It's not going to cancel out on something because the music might be too loud. I'll cancel out if I don't feel good, if I feel like something's coming on. So, on that note, that's the reason why I was posting some of that stuff. People are always going to try to fix you, just the way it is. Because nobody wants to see you sick. Nobody wants to see you suffer. So the main thing is, don't get upset. Don't, go into a rage. Just say, listen, I understand what you're doing, and I appreciate it, but you can't fix me. Meniere's disease is no cure, but there are ways of helping symptoms, and I'll listen to my doctor. And most people will say, oh, okay, I didn't mean to hurt you or anything. No, I'm just letting you know so you don't have to deal with this all night long. Because that's what a lot of times happened in the beginning with me when I first got Meniere's disease. People were trying to fix me and telling me, oh, do this and do that, and, oh, if you, take some wacky juju root, or whatever it is, this will fix you. It's kind of like once in a while we have people that come into our group that lie on their thing and why they're there, and the next thing you know, they're pitching the witch doctor. Now, if somebody tells me to try like chamomile oil or dandelion tea, yeah, I'll give it a shot. With lavender oil or something like that. One of those things that only work for me, it really does work for me, is called CBD tincture. Now, the difference between CBD oil and CBD tincture is tincture has THC in it, and it has up to 50% to 80% THC in it. And that really helps me because it calms my stomach down and it calms my nerves down. And it will mellow everything out, and I'll fall asleep. And usually when I wake up, I feel better. So that's why I will use CBD tincture. CBD oil I'll use too, but the tincture, that's something with the THC, seems to react for me. Now that's what works for me. I can't say it's going to work for you. You could try it, fine. I can't recommend where I get it because it's actually a friend of mine who makes it for me. And he is a pain management specialist. So he looked up something about CBD oil with Meniere's, made a batch of it, had me try it, and it helped. So, and he understood. He wasn't trying to fix me. He was just trying to make my life easier. And that was good. Because a lot of times, people will say, oh, well, go take a Dramamine, you'll be fine. Okay. What, are you having a heart attack? Yeah, go take an aspirin. I mean, it's the same thing. So just, don't get offended. People are generally trying to help you. They're not trying to be a jerk or make themselves feel better or this, that, or the other thing. So on that note, I'm going to end this video. I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and finally today, it's kind of quiet in the house. There's no clanging and banging, so I figured I'd do it now. So on that note, I hope you guys all have a spin-free weekend, and or a spin-free rest of the week. Maybe I'll do another video later on this week. I don't know. We'll see if I can think of something. But yeah, hope you all have a spin-free rest of the day. And happy Wednesday, happy hump day, whatever day you want to call it. And I will see you next time. And that's it. Take care. Bye.